Welcome to Driven, the Unscripted Success podcast, with your hosts, Mike Mannino and Nareman Hamdan, bringing you insights and stories on achieving personal, professional, and financial success.
Hey guys, I'm Nareman Hamdan, and this is Driven Unscripted Success podcast. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. We've got an awesome guest on today. We have Gene. Gene, help me with your last name.
Leyzarovich.
Leyzarovich. Gene is the founder of Jetstor. So what his company is, they are a data storage. He's the data storage guru and founder of Jetstor. He leads the company, designs, manufactures, and markets high performances. He has over 31 years of experience in data storage. He has also a proven track record of delivering cutting-edge products, forging strong alliances, and achieving customer satisfaction. Gene has also been recognized as an AY Entrepreneur of the Year in 2016, finalist, and an Immigrant of the Year Global Pittsburgh Award winner for technological innovations. Hey, Gene, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well. Where are you zooming in from? It's good to meet you too.
Nice to be here on your podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. It's a pleasure having you on. I'm looking forward to learning about what you do and how you got to where you are. But where are you zooming in from?
Right now we are in Pittsburgh, but probably we actually have a place in Boca, and that's where I'll be in November. So Boca Raton, Florida.
Nice. I'm over in Naples, so I totally understand it. Two beautiful places, paradise.
I love Naples, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So why don't we kick things off with you giving us a snapshot of your business now and what you and your company does.
Absolutely. Jetstor was founded in 1994. And we founded, this was bootstrapped. It was from our apartments. I came here from Russia, Moscow, in 1991, and in 94 we started the company. Actually it was called Advanced Computer Network Corporation, but we rebranded it to Jetstor 2 years ago. Basically starting out out of our apartments and just selling and designing the data storage devices. We got into data storage business when RAID was hot. There was three professors from one from Berkeley, one from Carnegie Mellon, came up with the idea of RAID. It stands for redundant array of independent disks. And, we got into the data storage business in 1994. And basically now, we have over 3,000 customers, 31 years in business. And actually 2 years ago, I sold the company, but I'm still staying with Jetstor. We'll be here for a while. But we manufacture, design data storage devices. We sell them to educational customers, government customers, surveillance customers, media entertainment customers. So anybody that has the needs for large data storage, they will be our customer.
That's fantastic. So I'm sure your industry is competitive. What sets you apart, and what comes easy to you that others find challenging?
Right. Our industry is very, very competitive. So we've been actually competing with some giants like Dell, HP, Pure Storage, Network Appliance. So they're some of the largest and very famous companies. And obviously, we're able to survive, 31 years due to our commitment to the customer service. That's our number one commitment to our customers, that we're going to provide the best customer service, and also affordability. We provide the most affordable data storage devices on the market. So we are not a big company, so we're able to offer the best value to our customers. And that's what sets us apart.
That's fantastic. So it's number one, customer service. I mean, that's what keeps people coming back, is when you treat them like you want to be treated, they're not going to go anywhere,
Exactly. We have customers that have been with us for 15 to 20 years, actually. Yeah, wow. That's very true.
That's impressive.
And they keep coming back to us.
That's impressive. Well done. Well, you figured something out, that's for sure.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, good for you. So if someone listening to us now wants to get better at, let's say doing what you're doing with storage and customer service and keeping their business and whatnot, what would you suggest they do and what tips would you give them? Not that you want competitors, but.
Right. So it's effectively, like you said, we have to treat the customer like, they're our partner, our almost like our part of our family. We treat them, honestly, with honesty, with, very, we look at the solution, driven architecture. So we actually look at their, needs, pain points, and then we, come up with the best possible solution. So, basically, come up with a solution to a customer, try to figure out their pain points, and then come up with the best possible solution for them, at a very affordable price.
Sure. So each client their account
they have unique needs,
customizable. Yeah. So you have to customize to each client.
Exactly. You have to treat every customer as as a different project, and then basically we look at the project, and then we look at the what they need, the needs are, and then we kind of customize it based on their requirements.
Sure. Sure.
It's not like it's not like a cookie cutter solutions where everybody's the same. So you have to treat them as different projects and everything. So
absolutely. So how do you deal with taking risks? Is there a time when rolling the dice really worked out for you?
Yeah, obviously, being in business is like, I always tell people, like, it's like jumping in the water and then just learn how to swim with sharks.
Sink or swim.
Yeah, it's basically, I was 18 when I came to this country. I was basically 22 when I started the company. So we had no money at the bank, we had no collateral. So we went to all these banks and they wouldn't give us any funds. So we started bootstrapping it, just, basically borrowing some very, low funds from our parents, from our friends, etc. So it's definitely, if you want to, like, I always tell people that, if entrepreneurs are not, they don't go to school for that. There's no schools for entrepreneurs. Like, you're either born to be entrepreneur or you're not going to make it. And it's it's very competitive. It's cutthroat business. For I think any industry, in particular in IT. But if you treat your customers right, and if you provide them the affordable solutions, and basically provide them the best possible solutions, then it will be a good outcome. So yeah, it's we've taken a lot of risks over the years, and it hasn't never been easy. I always say it's not a straight line up. It's always up and down, up and down. That's how it's been. So.
Yeah, it's the life of an entrepreneur. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur as well, and it's a different mindset, and
exactly.
There's nothing wrong with, personalities or people wanting to do the 9-to-5 job or whatnot. I mean, sometimes I wish I had that personality. It would be much easier.
Right.
But, it's like I always say entrepreneurs are slightly crazy and very, very driven. In the
very thick skin, very crazy, absolutely. Just like I love the name of the podcast as well. It's Unscripted Success. Like, there's no path. There's no, no recipe for this. There's no recipe for success. You don't know if you're going to be successful. Most businesses, stay in business for, I don't know, like 3 weeks to 3 months, 3 years, who knows? But the ability, that we are able to survive for 31 years, I think, is just a testament that we did something right.
Absolutely. You're extremely driven and focused, and just you can take the pain.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, the good it's a great point that you have to stay focused. Like, that's one of the things we done well, is we stayed focused on data storage. So you have to kind of find your niche. And that's another thing that we were successful at, is we found our niche. So in data storage, not just like generic, offering hundreds of different services, hundreds of different products. We have very narrow product line, but it's very focused, and that's what customers appreciate because they appreciate our
Good.
knowledge and ability to provide them the best possible solutions and data storage devices.
Sure. So, everyone hits a bump in the road every now and then. Can you share a time things didn't pan out and how you got through it?
Yeah, we've had multiple bumps on the road. Mostly there was, definitely financial as far as getting the started, finances and everything. But and about 4 years ago, we actually had a customer where we provided them about over $1 million worth of equipment, and the company basically decided to not to use our equipment because of their they were having some financial issues. So we had to take the equipment back, which was a big hit for our company. It was like
Sure.
about $1 million worth of equipment. But basically we were able to sell it to other customers by
Sure.
providing them, basically discounted equipment, but we were able to sort of recycle it and offer it to other customers. So it was a big hit for our company, but we were able to figure out how to kind of deal with it.
Overcome it.
And and it's always pivoting from any bumps on the road. That's another and for entrepreneur, that's how they have to deal with it. So.
Oh, sure. Sure. So, what's a skill or habit you think doesn't get enough credit for contributing to your success?
I think overall, we've been very successful, because we stayed focused, we stayed, on the path of providing the best possible solutions out there. But I think, a lot of it is related to, probably lack of, again, funds and, ability to grow it and scale. I think the biggest issue for a lot of small businesses is basically taking it to the next level and
Sure.
scaling the business. You go from 1 million to 5 million. I think it's fairly possible. That's what we did. And then to go from like 5 to 10 to 20 million, I think that's somewhat challenging. And that's why, I was I ended up selling the company, and now we have a new CEO. And I'm hoping that he's going to take it to the next level, and we're going to double and triple in our volume.
That's fantastic. I certainly wish that for you as well. How much fun would that be?
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be fun. So staying on top of any field is tough. What's something exciting you see on the horizon in your industry, and how are you getting ready for it?
Well, as you know, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of talk about AI. So that's
Yes.
where we're seeing a lot of growth, in AI space. And, we're also seeing a lot of growth in other verticals like media, entertainment, also the video surveillance. We have a lot of customers in that. And then high performance computing is also a big growing field. We're actually going to be exhibiting in supercomputing in St. Louis in November. So there's a lot of areas, there's a lot of vertical markets that are still growing because the data is growing. Nobody wants to delete data that they created, for past 20 years. We
Sure.
probably, created more data than we've created in the past 3,000 years. So nobody wants to delete anything. Everybody wants to save the data. And that's where, we kind of shine, as far as data storage.
Sure. Yeah, because I'm familiar with that. Trump just passed, I think it was a few months ago, or approved the Stargate project
Yes.
down in Texas to be the largest AI data hub in the world. So how does that affect you, or do you benefit from that as well?
Yes, we're hoping to benefit from it in the long run. There's no immediate, benefit, because they obviously have to build some data centers, but there is already more data centers, I think being built than, anywhere in the world. So hopefully we'll be leading the data center, boom, here coming soon,
Sure.
with all these projects that have been announced. And, obviously they will involve data storage. So we will hopefully benefit from the data storage boom and the AI boom that's, hopefully coming.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
big on AI, so it's exciting. So, leading a team has its challenges. What's your leadership style? And can you give us an example of how it helped you through a tough spot?
Yes. So, obviously, management, managing people is very challenging, and finding the right team, we've been, an interesting journey for us. Luckily, we have some people that have been with us for 15, 20 years, and, we're expanding our team. Um, I've been very hands-on for past 30 years. I'm trying to be a little bit less hands-on, in the next 30 years. So, hopefully, finding the right talent, and, we have the right team to, to kind of take us to the next level. But it's, yeah, like you said, it's very challenging to find the right people and be able to, people be independent, thinkers and workers and etc. So, we try to expand into different areas. Like, I actually, we have now Florida, California, Texas locations. So, we have the right people in place, but, training, kind of mentoring is what, I've been doing a lot, and consulting, and hopefully it will pay off soon. So.
Sure, sure. So, so what do you look for when you're building your dream team? And like, what's the one trait that you look for and why?
Definitely independent. Independent, basically being independent, being self-driven, being, fast, kind of moving, fast thinker, making fast decisions, and be able to work independently. That's one of the biggest things that, doesn't require a lot of hand-holding and babysitting. Uh,
Yeah,
so, we're
wants to
definitely
babysit an
looking
adult.
for, independent, self-driven people that kind of like sort of mini entrepreneurs type people, but, those are hard to find. But, we try to kind of groom them to be that way. So,
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm sure we agree that nobody likes to babysit an adult.
right, exactly.
So, how do you encourage your team to think outside the box and bring new ideas to the table?
Yeah, it's a great point. We try to basically tell them that, there's no one solution. There's no one, problem solver. You have to be a problem solver. And somebody calls in, they obviously, have a problem that you need to solve, and you have to be quick on your feet. You don't have to put them on hold. And basically just, that's kind of one of the things that differentiates, us from others. We be able to be quick and solve problems for customers and provide them the best possible solutions. So
Sure,
that's really, how we try to do it.
that's wonderful. So, what's a day in your life look like? How do you juggle work and everything else? Should be good.
Very careful, 24/7. Yeah. So, basically, we do everything from like marketing, sales, customer support, networking events, trade shows, lead generation. So, training, the team, talking to the customers, working with vendors. So, that like as a founder, you have to wear multiple hats, and work with multiple people, and also figure out their personalities. Because I always say the sales or marketing, it's more like psychological thing, because you have to
Absolutely.
figure out different personalities of different customers, what they need. Do they need to be contact more? Do you have to more like a hands off and just like let them tell you what they need? So I always tell people, you have to listen to customers more than you talk to them, because you have to understand what they need, and then see, provide them the best possible solution.
Absolutely. So, has there been a book, a podcast, or someone that's really changed your outlook or approach?
I've been on multiple podcasts and multiple I listen to multiple podcasts, but I think, I have, like I said, I follow a lot of people. I have 30,000 people follow me on LinkedIn. I have over 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. And, I always talk to, you know, like-minded entrepreneurs and business
Sure.
owners. I go to networking events and, try to share ideas and even talking to competitors as well.
Yeah. But you gotta get in there and get the intel,
That's
huh?
right.
How do you tackle learning new things, especially stuff that's way outside of your comfort zone?
Um, Basically, we've like when we started, it was all high tech and it was all hot and new. So, that's one of the things with tech is, it's always evolving, it's always changing. And it's in the past 5 years, it's growing and it's really challenging to keep up with everything that's happening because, we have so much information that's coming to us, on a daily basis, on a every minute basis. So it's kind of crazy to stay on top of all these things. But, going to trade shows, going to networking events, going to the seminars, conferences, that's where you learn like the new things that are happening. So that's where, we pick up all the knowledge and also talking to the customers and seeing, what they need and, what they're looking for, etc. So.
Sure. So, managing finances is crucial both in business and in personal life. How do you approach financial planning to ensure stability and growth in both areas?
Yeah, it's a great question. Just like I said, when we started, we pretty much started from zero and, we did it organically. So, we never took any VC funding and we were always basically profitable. When we started, obviously, we started from zero and then, we grew to about 5 million in sales. So it's very challenging, because you don't want to get too much into debt with the bank and having the interest rates high right now. So it's been kind of challenging, but you just have to be very mindful of the cash flow and the vendors, the customers, payables, and everything. So you kind of have to watch the bottom line for sure. You don't want to
Absolutely.
get too much into the debt, and we've been debt free for 30 years.
That's impressive. A lot of companies can't say that, so
Right.
that's hard to
Yeah.
do. So you must be proud of that
We're
one.
very conservative. Yeah, we're kind
Yeah.
of very conservative in that sense. We try not to go crazy on the credit and get yourself into a big hole.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it sounds like things are going well for you in your business. So as you're looking towards the future, I'm wondering if or how you create passive income, or if you've ever invested in the past. So what are some of your investments and things that you like and prefer to invest in versus things that you don't like to invest in?
Yes, outside of tech, actually, I've been investing into real estate.
Ah,
That's kind of my passive income. So I'm a minority owner, basically minority partner in some of the real estate investments, and also some of the other investments. Actually were done with cannabis, believe it or not.
yes.
Yeah.
A lot of changes with that
I'm
going
very
on.
diversified. So I'm very
Yeah.
diversified in my investments. So it's kind of interesting that you asked that question.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I'm actually invested in both as well, so I
Oh,
totally
really? Yeah, that's funny.
yeah,
Yeah, we should
yeah.
talk. We should talk offline
Yeah,
about
we definitely
that.
will.
It's
That's for
interesting.
sure. That's too funny. Well, as we're wrapping up the interview, what exciting plans or initiatives do you have in the works for the next 6 to 12 months? What do you got going on?
Absolutely, yeah. So like I said, we have a new CEO, and he's, very exciting working with Jim, and we have an expanded team in Texas, California, Florida. So I'm actually going to be working the Florida market more and more because we already developed like Pittsburgh market and some others. We're trying to we're going to conferences. So we're going to supercomputing in November. We're also looking at NAB conference. It's a National Association of Broadcasters for Media. We're also looking at we're going to be doing ISC West, which is surveillance conference with our partner Trifera and now Micro. So we have a lot of conferences coming up here shortly, and we're expanding and hopefully taking to the next level.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm very happy that you are doing extremely well, and congratulations on selling the one business and merging and kicking off the next one. So that's
Yeah.
impressive. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, I mean, you mentioned that, oh, I'm hoping the next 30 years I can slow down, but yet here you are going. So
Yeah.
but don't
Well,
complain
like
if
you said,
don't.
as entrepreneur, as you can't really stop because that's like
Yeah.
in your blood. So, you kind of
Yes.
keep going and going. So, I think that's where I'm gonna be. But you never know. We'll see how things go.
Sure. So if anyone wants to connect with you or talk to you about your services, how does one get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So my email is Gene at Jetstor.com. Our website is Jetstor.com, and then they can find me on LinkedIn. Like I said, I have over 32,000 followers and 30,000 connections. It's Gene Leyzarovich on LinkedIn. Or they can, like I said, follow us on social media. We have all the different social medias there, but LinkedIn or email and website would be the way to go, Jetstor.com. And then my email is gene@jetstor.com. That's how they can contact me.
Awesome. Well, that's how you get a hold of him, guys. If you needed services or want to pick his brain or just network or connect.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure to speak with you and learn about what you're doing. And well done.
Thank you so
It's
much.
not easy to do. So well done. You are a grinder, that's for sure. Well, thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for listening to Driven, the Unscripted Success Podcast. Want to share your story? Apply to be a guest at drivensuccesspodcast.com/guest.